If you're a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility and your machinery isn't working right, Grainger knows you need to understand what's wrong as soon as possible. So when a conveyor motor falters, Grainger offers diagnostic tools like calibration kits and multimeters to help you identify and fix the problem. With Grainger, you can be confident you have everything you need to keep your facility running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done. This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. So just like you, he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next-day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. KFI AM 640, it is The Conway Show. Ding dong with you. All right. We've got a lot to get to. We still have, we talked to Charles Payne. That was cool. Dean Sharp is going to be coming on with us at 6:20. But here is something that's going to happen tonight between 6 and 6:05. If you live in Los Angeles, it'll happen tonight between 6 and 6:05. If you live in, let's see where the other, Riverside is also involved here. If you live in Riverside, it's going to be a little later in Riverside. Let me get the exact time here. Riverside is going to be 6:05. But for most people who live in Los Angeles, at 6 o'clock, almost exactly at 6 o'clock, you're going to see, Thursday, November 14th, 6 p.m., for 5 minutes, the International Space Station will be flying over LA. And it's going to be visible with the naked eye. Now, here's what makes this unusual. We have a full, huge moon tonight. If you're going east and you're on the 210, maybe you're on the 10, 91, what other freeways go east, west? I don't know, the 90, the
90,
91,
60, 10.
60. Oh yeah, okay. All right, I'll give you 60. Right, yeah, ding dong. But if you're looking at the moon right now, it's huge. I can see it right outside the window here in our Burbank studios. It's huge. You have an opportunity tonight to see the space station from 6 p.m. to 6:05. The International Space Station will be flying directly over Los Angeles. Now, here's the rub. You have about a 4.5% shot of being between the moon and the Earth and the moon, and watching the space station cross between the Earth and the moon. That's incredible. That rarely happens. I can't remember it ever happening, but it is going to be happening tonight. Tonight. So that's a really cool deal. You know, I mean, to be able to see the International Space Station with the naked eye and have a 5% shot of watching the space station cross between us and the moon. And so that's a big deal. That's a huge deal here in Los Angeles. And it reminds me of the song, that great song from Arthur by Christopher Cross. Oh, yeah. You might be able to see the space station tonight between the moon and, well, LA City. And I don't know if a lot of people know this, but that song was written on an airplane. He was flying from LA to New York, and they got to New York, got to JFK, and JFK was fogged in, where they had to literally fly around for an hour and just circle the airport before they could land. And he wrote that song while he was circling the airport. When you get caught between the moon and New York City. Isn't that crazy? When You Get Caught Between the Moon and New York City. It's a great song. But anyway, tonight, between 6 o'clock, so you have less than an hour, between 6 o'clock and 6:05, with the naked eye, you can see the International Space Station very easily. And, unless you got some eye problems, which if you do, Saddleback. But if you have decent eyesight, you can see the International Space Station at 6 o'clock with the naked eye. And you have a 5% shot of it crossing between us and the moon. That is a once-in-a-lifetime deal. So call your kids, if they're into that kind of stuff. I am. My sister's not into it. Every time I talk about space, click. But I know a lot of people are into it. All right, the gondola going from, I think they're going to run it from Union Station all the way up to Dodger Stadium. It would be a terrific advantage, another way to get in and out of Dodger Stadium without getting caught in traffic. Let's find out the latest,
shall we?
There are
still more public hearings to be held on the gondola. The State Parks Commission still needs to approve it, as does the city of Los Angeles. But the more it comes closer to reality, the more opponents seem determined to stop it.
No, opponents, you got to stop. Opponents, please stop this. The opponents, there's 5 people that oppose all this stuff, and then we all suffer. Like, there was supposed to be a light rail in the San Fernando Valley. The Orange Line was supposed to be a light rail. And because these stupid homeowners blocked it, now we have a busway through the valley where we got to, it's 1960s in the valley. The 5 homeowners that stop all this stuff, we've got to be louder voices. We've got to be louder than they are because they're loud, and we got to be louder than they are and get this gondola up and running.
Juanita's Cafe on Olvera Street has been run by the Flores family for 8 decades, but Edward Flores fears a Dodger Stadium gondola would do irreparable harm.
No. It would help. It will bring a lot of people to Olvera Street, a lot of people to Union Station. You're thinking the exact opposite.
His restaurant among the small businesses next to Union Station, where the gondola will begin its overhead journey.
Okay, look, it's going to start right near your restaurant.
The gondola will probably be less than 100 feet away from my business.
Why is that not great? The gondola station where people get on and off will be 100 feet away from his business. 10, 20, 30,000 people every single Dodger game are being delivered to 100 feet of his business. What's wrong with this guy?
The gondola will probably be less than 100 feet away from my business.
That's right.
So not only will it impact it by traffic, the construction itself has been deemed that it may even cause damage to some of the historic structures here on Olvera Street.
Oh,
the proposed gondola would include 3 stations, 3 towers, and a junction. Its supporters say it would provide zero-emission, environmentally friendly transportation and reduce traffic in and around Dodger Stadium.
Yes.
Gay Yun,
all correct, by the way.
Gay Yun of the Chinese American Museum believes the gondola will help revitalize Chinatown, still recovering from the effects of the pandemic.
I think that it would bring in the foot traffic,
That's right.
the families,
That's right.
the consumers, right, that will go to the Chinatown businesses.
The gondola's backers say their own polling shows more than 70% of LA County residents support the gondola.
Okay, 70% support it. 5 people hate it. Guess who's going to get their way unless we're louder than they are? Those 5 people.
But Flores believes it's the opposite in Chinatown.
It only serves one purpose, is to serve the Dodgers and their group there. We're dealing with billionaires that have a lot of influence.
We really support the gondola for being a vehicle.
Very smart woman here.
To help us revive Chinatown.
By the way, I've read stories for the last 10 years of all these restaurants on Olvera Street and shops on Olvera Street going out of business or losing their lease because the rent was jacked up, and there's not that many people down there anymore. There's a homeless issue around there anymore. You're bringing 20,000 people for 81 games, 81 nights of the year, at least. Have to make the playoffs, it could be another 10, 15 nights. And you're bringing them right into your business area, your opportunity zone. Why would you not want this? What's going on?
Supporters say the gondola trips could carry up to 10,000 Dodger fans per game.
That's right.
But opponents say that would just create more traffic.
It's not. It's going to have less traffic. It's going to have a positive impact. Man, I am so tired of living in the valley and having 5 homeowners dictate what we all do. That's the reason why the valley is so screwed up, because there's 4 homeowners that hate the freeways being expanded or the busway or the light rail. There's like 5 guys in the valley who are, old and loud, and we all suffer.
And I think I heard what you were playing there. The one guy who's against it says it's like rich guy stuff, and I'm like, I don't know how this benefits a rich guy. I guess. I mean, I guess it might.
I don't think it does. I mean, they lose money on the parking lot.
Right.
No one's going to pay for parking.
And yeah.
Even Jamie McCourt, the guy who owns the parking lot, the guy who used to own the Dodgers, he's supporting the gondola.
Yeah.
He's supporting it.
This seems like it's foregone at this point.
I hope so. But you know what, Crozier, I've been living in the valley for long enough to know that 5 homeowners screw it up.
Yeah.
They always do it. They're loud, they're very influential, and they show up at all these meetings.
Yes.
And we don't. And they get their way.
The vocal minority.
That's right. That's exactly right. So we got to be louder than they are. Louder than they are. And I think we will be. All right, when we come back, we have that carjacking suspect, the latest on him. You saw the video of him attacking only women, by the way. This coward only attacking women. We'll tell you if they found him, where they found him, what's going on with this guy, and what the latest is, and how people who now live in that area can rest easy. At least this idiot is not going to be attacking them. We'll come back and talk about that carjacking suspect when we come back.
You're listening.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
To Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI AM 640. It's Conway Show. We'll get to this carjacking suspect in a second. But first, the International Space Station is right now over New Zealand. It's just coming up on New Zealand. It's between New Zealand and Australia. It's west of Australia and west of New Zealand right now. And its next pass over the United States is going to be over Los Angeles. And we have a full moon, so it's going to make it much easier to see the space station. So at 6 o'clock, from 6 o'clock to 6:05 is when you're going to see it over Los Angeles. And it might be between you and the moon if you're in the right area.
It's like waiting for Santa.
That's right. Early Santa. And this is an unusual pass over Los Angeles because of the full moon, and it's at 41 degrees. So that the higher the degree, the easier it is to see, and the more time it stays in your view. So it's at 41 degrees, and you're gonna if you look west, southwest. So wherever you're standing, look west, southwest, and that's where you're going to see it come out of. West, southwest. You're going to see the International Space Station, which is over New Zealand right now. We have a full moon, and it might pass between you and the moon. How great is that? Once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for one of the biggest moons we've had, and it's coming right over our city, right over Los Angeles. Now, to check out the International Space Station, first of all, the timing has got to be right, and we know it's from 6 o'clock to 6:05 tonight. That's the witching hour. It's visible in the maximum time period. The space station is visible before crossing back below the horizon. So it's 6 o'clock to 6:05, so about 6:02 and a half. Between 6:02 and 6:03, it will be the maximum height, and it's measured in degrees. It'll be at 41 degrees, which is rare. It's usually 11, 12, 17, 20 maybe. This is 41 degrees. This is huge. So it appears in the location in the sky where the station will be visible first. And the value is, it's like, well, the maximum height is, and again, they did this calculation. I can't figure this out. But it looks like the International Space Station flying right now at 17,000. Let me give you the exact speed here. 17,087 miles an hour. 17,087 miles an hour. And it's going to be right over Los Angeles between 6 and 6:05. So you have another 35 minutes until it's overhead. And then and again, it might, if you're in Riverside, you have a better shot, maybe San Bernardino, of it of the space station going between you and the moon. That is wild. So get outside, go home, whatever you're doing. But if you're driving, don't look for it. Concentrate on driving. But if you're going west right now, you can see how beautiful and big this moon is. This is spectacular. And now the space station, just by coincidence, happens to be flying right over Los Angeles tonight. And it's great because 2 hours before sunrise and 2 hours after sunset is when you can see the space station the best because the sun is still glaring off of it. You'll be able to see it with the naked eye. Bellio and I will be on the 5th floor balcony for our 6 to 6:15 segment. We'll be on the cell phone looking for the space station, and we might see it. I bet we do. You got to look west, southwest. So wherever you're standing, west, and then southwest. So divide that in half. South and west, divide that in half, and look straight that direction. Most people have a sense of direction. Some people don't. I get that. Some people, they're euchred when it comes to direction. I have family members who have no sense of direction whatsoever. None.
You're listening.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
Listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI AM 640. It's Conway Show. We're going to get to this violent man who's been terrorizing some of LA's neighborhoods. But please don't let this opportunity pass you by. We're 25 minutes away from the International Space Station, flying over in perfect time. You want to see it 2 hours before the sun rises or 2 hours after the sun sets. That's the witching hour. It's going to be flying over Los Angeles. It's going to be coming out of the southwest, west-southwest, and it'll be leaving north-northeast towards Nevada. And it's going to be coming right over it. Right now, it's over Auckland, New Zealand. They can't see it because it's daylight in Auckland, New Zealand. It's going 17,121 miles an hour. That's pretty quick. And at 6 o'clock tonight, you're going to see it for 5 minutes, which is a very long period of time. One of the longest I've seen it. 5 minutes, 6 o'clock to 6:05 tonight. Full moon, and it might cross between you and the moon. So if you have a high-definition camera, don't do it with your cell phone. Taking a picture of the moon with a cell phone is stupid. It never comes out. It's a white blob. We're not there yet with technology. So you're not going to capture it on video. But you're going to capture it, and you're going to see it with the naked eye. We're going to be on the roof of the building at 6 o'clock. Bellio and I will be reporting live between 6 and 6:15 tonight. Very exciting. A field trip tonight. And you're going to see this International Space Station very clearly with the naked eye from 6 o'clock to 6:05. And again, it's right over Auckland, almost directly over Auckland, New Zealand right now. In the next 30 seconds, it will be exactly over Auckland, and then it'll cruise north, and it'll come over California and Los Angeles at 6 o'clock. It's going to pass fairly close also to Hawaii, I think. Okay, no, it's going to be considerably. It's going to be west of Hawaii by maybe 1,000 miles or so, but you'll be able to see it when it comes to California. It's going to cross right over San Jose. That's where it's going to be. But for you to see it, you have to look south-southwest and then north-northeast and watch it come over Southern California, Orange County, Ventura. You'll be able to see it almost anywhere you live in California tonight. Almost anywhere. You'll be able to see it all the way to from San Diego, all the way probably to Oregon. because it's fast and it's high. And this is going to be quite a night because it's perfect timing. Again, less than 2 hours after the sunset over California with a full moon. Let's go to the Moon Desk, and Sharon Bellio is at our brand new Moon Desk. Sharon, what do you see?
Well, Tim, we're looking at the supermoon. This is going to be the fourth and final supermoon of 2024, and it will be 100% illuminated on Friday around 1:28 p.m. Now, the supermoon is also known as the Beaver Moon, and that is because this time of year, beavers they typically like to hunker down and build their dams, right before winter. Makes sense, right?
Sure.
So the supermoon occurs when the full moon is closest to its orbit, to its orbit to Earth. So it appears 30% brighter and 14% bigger, especially when we have clear skies and cool temperatures, which is exactly what we're going to have. Back to you, Tim.
Thank you very much. Yes, the one, some of the instruments that have survived here are the Moon Desk, and we always check in with it. And of course, Sharon Bellio knows more about the moon than anybody on this show. All right, we're going to get to that, but right now, let's talk about this violent guy off the streets here in Los Angeles who can breathe easier. Another, crazy is going to be locked up or at least in a hospital.
A man suspected of 3 attempted carjackings just hours apart has been arrested. Investigators say a nurse at
Bellio, I'm playing audio.
Investigators say a nurse at...
Oh, sorry.
Wow, you can see that. A nurse at Los Angeles General Medical Center recognized Maurice Latour.
And this is the reason this guy is currently locked up, because people recognized him. This video went out. We talked about it. It was on all the TV stations. 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11. They all ran it. And this very smart nurse dropped a dime on this guy. When he came in for help, cops showed up and arrested him. This is a very violent guy who attacked 3 different women in Los Angeles.
And called police. He is accused of trying to carjack 3 women at 2 gas stations in Lincoln Heights and a parking lot in Boyle Heights. The LAPD put out an alert to find Latour after Saturday's attacks.
And they did. And again, a nurse who was on her toes recognized this guy from TV, and now he'll be off the streets and one less guy to terrorize you and your kids. You and your kids. This guy was trying to carjack 3 different women. And this coward only went after women, and 2 women with kids. And so he's going to be off the streets. Yeah, he'll be, cooling his heels, doing some speed rapping with some detectives tonight. So he knew the rules. He knew the boundaries. Mahalo. All right, we are 19 minutes away. 19 minutes away? Yes, 19 minutes away from the big sighting of the International Space Station live over California. You'll be able to see it almost anywhere you are in California. It'll be coming out of the southwest, leaving out of the northeast. If you live in San Jose, if you're living, listening up, on iHeartMedia, and you live up in that area, up in San Jose, this space station will cross 100% over your head. Fresno, San Jose area, 100% straight up. And that will be great. It's going to go right between San Jose and Fresno. I'm going to try and give you the exact point of where it's going to cross here. It'll be 40 miles south of San Jose, so that's almost directly above San Jose. And the city that it'll be right above is Santa Cruz. If you're in Salinas, Santa Cruz, it'll be right over your head, directly over your head. Merced as well. If you live in any of those cities, it'll be directly over your head. So we're going to look from this to the south, southwest, and then it'll leave northeast. And this is an incredible night, and this may never happen again, where we have everything lined up. The timing, the height, the almost 100% of California. As a matter of fact, 100% of people live in California can see this tonight.
I did just see that there was a report that said the clouds were starting to roll in.
Oh, no!
Yeah.
No! Where? Burbank?
I didn't get specifics, but...
No! Damn it! No! 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 We got it. All right. We're good. I just looked outside. We're good. We're cool. But get away from the clouds. If you're up in if you're in Palmdale or Lancaster, get that chair out. Get yourself a jacket. A little chilly up there right now. And get yourself outside and take a look at this space station flying over.
This is going to be like when Geraldo Rivera opened up Jimmy Hoffa's safe, right?
There's nothing.
Like nothing. Yeah. All the hype and then like clouds.
Okay, that's possible. I'll give you that. But right now, if you're in Lancaster, you're going to see in Lancaster and the Antelope Valley, Palmdale, it's 35. It's going to be 35 degrees tonight. Right now, it's in the 50s. It's 56 degrees. So get your jacket, get outside, get a lawn chair, look straight up, look out of the southwest at 6 o'clock, and it'll be leaving at 6:05. You have 5 minutes to find it in the sky. It's going to be coming out of the south-southwest, leaving out of the north-northeast. And it could pass between you and the moon. And that may not happen again. And you heard it here on KFI. So at 6 o'clock, we'll be on the roof of this building looking at it, not taking pictures, because you can't take pictures of that anymore yet. We're not there with the cameras. Unless you have a really high-end camera, it's useless to take the pictures. But this is a big deal for Southern California, and I think we're the only ones reporting it. I've been watching local TV news all day. Nobody said anything, and nobody's saying anything on any other radio station. You are tuned into the radio station that shows you stuff like this and talks about stuff like this, and the only one in the world, I think.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI AM 640. It's Conway Show. Well, California, we're all sitting here waiting for Santa to arrive. Well, not quite Santa, but something similar. We're watching the International Space Station. It was over Auckland, New Zealand moments ago. Now it's about 500 miles south of Hawaii. 500 or 600 miles south of Hawaii right now. And in can you believe that? In 9 minutes. It's south of Hawaii right now. In 9 minutes, you'll be able to see it over California. That's how fast this thing's moving. 17,121 miles an hour. It's going to be visible to the naked eye today, 6 p.m. until 6:05. It'll come up over the west, southwest. It'll leave over the north, northeast. It'll be visible for 5 minutes and at 41 degrees. If you live in San Jose, it's 87 degrees. That's nearly right above your head. So if you're listening on iHeartRadio, anywhere in California, anywhere in Oregon, or anywhere in the United States, you're going to see the International Space Station come over California at 6 o'clock. It'll cross northern Nevada. It'll dip a little bit into Idaho, Wyoming, North Dakota, and then into Canada. It'll cross Canada, and then the next landmass it'll be over is Africa. So it's the only time you can really see the International Space Station with a naked eye and clearly is 2 hours before the sun rises or 2 hours after the sun sets. Well, we're in that witching hour right now. 2 hours. We're within 2 hours of sunset. I'll tell you exactly when sunset was here. I think it was, let's see when the sun sets here. It sets at 4, right around 5. It doesn't say here. All right, so we're fairly close to, I'll tell you when it is. It comes up at 6:27. It sets at 4:47. Okay, so we're in that time. 4:47 is when the sun went down. 4:47. And now it's less than 2 hours after that. So we're in the perfect witching hour. It's coming over California. It's now southeast of Hawaii by 550 miles. It will be over California at 6 o'clock, at least here in Los Angeles, 6 o'clock. San Francisco a little later, about a minute later. And it will cross right over San Jose. San Jose, you'll look straight up and it'll be right above your head.
A listener would like to know, will it be on the south-facing side of a plane flying from Denver to L.A.?
If you're flying Denver to L.A., depending on where they are they calling from the plane or texting from the plane?
It sure seems like that,
okay.
Yeah.
Then you'll have to look out the window and look towards the pilot. Look to front. Look out the left-hand side of the plane and look towards the pilot. You'll be able to see it. And when it crosses the plane, you'll have to get on the other side and bother somebody on the other side of the plane. Look at out that window on the right side of the plane, the starboard side of the plane, and you'll look back and it'll pass by the tail of the plane. So it'll come up over the port side of the plane, of the plane, and it'll leave off the starboard stern of the plane, if that makes sense. It'll come up over the pilot's left-hand side. It'll leave over the pilot's right-hand side. And so if you're on that plane listening, thank you for listening to iHeart on a plane. That's kind of modern technology. All right, an update on we're 5 minutes away from, you'll be able to start to see it at 6 o'clock. So get ready to see it at 6 p.m. You're going to start to see it in about 5 minutes, and it'll be visible for 5 minutes. Look southwest, southwest. That's where you'll see it, and then it'll leave northeast. And because of the moon tonight, somebody in California, maybe not be us, I think we're a little too far south, but somebody further north, they'll see that space station come up, cross the moon, and continue on northeast. For all three things to happen in one day is extremely rare. I've never seen it before, where the timing is perfect, location is perfect, and the moon is as big as it's been in months, or would you say years, Bellio? I mean, it's huge. We got a Beaver Moon. That's the Beaver Moon, man. Come on. Anyway, so we're going to go to the roof here in a second and check this out. It's now past Hawaii. Hawaii is now due west of the space station by about, I don't know, looks like about 1,000 miles or so. And the space station is on its way. You can literally start to see it in 5 minutes. And this big circle where it's visible to Earth. So right now, if you're in Hawaii, you can't see it because the sun's up there. But if it was dark in Hawaii, you could see it right now. And at one point, in about 3 minutes, you'll be able to see it in California and Hawaii at the same time, which is also pretty rare. This trajectory is pretty rare. So we're going to see it here. It's right off the coast of California. If I put my thumb up there by about my thumbnail. And so in the next 3 or 4 minutes, 3 minutes, you're going to start to see it come over California. We're going to go to the roof. We're going to break a little early here. We're going to go to the roof. We'll report back from the roof, see if we can see it with our naked eye. And it may cross the moon. Who knows? But look up right now, and you'll see the International Space Station with your naked eye. We'll be reporting from the roof here at iHeart Radio and tell you exactly what's going on. Conway Show on demand on the iHeart Radio app. Now, you can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeart Radio app.